Hi, folks. Mike Raso here, Film Photography Project, here with Mat Marrash.
Hey, how's it going?
Today we're talking about 16mm film, or FPP new YETI film. YETI is a black and white orthochromatic film. And Matt, maybe you can help me out. When you say orthochromatic, what does that mean?
So ortho films, they're not panchromatic films, which can see everything our eyes can see, just black and white. Ortho films are usually much more limited in what they can see. They can see ultraviolet light, they can see blue light, and they can see green light. But anything beyond that, those values are going to go darker. So your oranges and reds are almost like you can't even see it. So that's why ortho is also in like black and white darkroom paper where you can have the red light on. So conceivably, if you had a very weak red safe light, you could actually load and develop this stuff. So it might be even easier if you're working with it.
So the look of the film is a very old-timey look. Early Hollywood was shooting orthochromatic film.
Yeah.
And they had special makeup to compensate for skin tones.
Yeah, to increase that contrast or bring down faces. And of course, your skies are just like they're gone.
Yeah.
You're not going to get separation between clouds and sky because it sees a little bit into that UV and it reacts to it so well.
It's a very unique look in film, and we're bringing it to folks who shoot 16mm. It's single perf 16mm film.
Ooh.
And it's available as a reversal film, which means a film that is used, you could project it. And we also have a negative film available. Most folks don't know that when you're talking about reversal film and you're talking about negative film, it's not necessarily about the film stock. It's about chemical process. Great example is Kodak Tri-X.
Okay.
Tri-X makes a reversal film for movies, and it's 200 ISO, and it looks great. But Kodak also makes a 35mm film for film photography that is 400 ISO. Now, I don't know, is that emulsion the same? It probably is. And the reason I'm saying that is because the YETI film, which, by the way, it's a motion picture laboratory print film, which means its actual usage is used to make contact prints from a negative for folks who want a projection print.
Okay, so they send their black and white negative film in, and then this is going to make, or would they use this to do color as well and just make a black and white print?
Black and white.
Oh, so only black and white. Okay.
Yes. And it goes through a machine that actually smashes the negative to this film, which is contact print.
Mm-hmm. And then just shines a light through it.
Yeah, one frame at a time. We have been testing this film to use, as a camera film. It's fine grain, it's orthochromatic, so it's giving you a very special look, and we're offering it in reversal and negative. So the difference between the reversal and negative are twofold, and they're labeled separately. So you'll buy a negative, you'll buy a reversal, but it's the same stock.
Okay.
Negative film, you get a higher ISO. In this case, don't laugh, folks. In this case, it's ISO 10. So it's ISO 10 film, and it's processed as a negative. And for folks processing at home, you just use your D96 to process it.
Okay, standard development.
Yes, because there are a handful of folks who have their own tanks at home, and they have their own scanners at home.
Nice.
For reversal, for the folks who are doing reversal, the process, I've had many emails, people asking, what is the reversal process? What type of reversal? There's only one type of reversal. It's called black and white reversal. And I'm not the expert. Owen McCafferty is the expert because he does black and white reversal at home. But it's a matter of developing your film, bleaching your film, re-exposing your film to light.
And then developing. Yeah.
And then developing. There's an acidic step that washes away, that reverses it. Mm-hmm. For me personally, I've never done it myself. I've always had our FPP lab services take care of things.
Yeah.
If you're shooting YETI reversal, the ISO is 1.
Oof.
I know, it sounds horrible, but we shot it here.
Yeah.
And it looks great. And if you're shooting 16 frames per second or even 24, you'll be f4, f2.8. Mm-hmm. It's designed to be shot in daylight. And the reason we're offering it is to just have different choices for folks. Mm-hmm. We find the stocks We test the stocks. We say, oh, this looks very unique. We put up examples on our YouTube channel. And then it's up for the creative folks listening or watching to decide if this works for their project. I could easily see this being folded into a reenactment video. Folks go to war reenactments.
Yeah, definitely. Period piece.
Yeah, period piece, music video. It's just so unique and so different, and I'm really thrilled to be offering it to folks. And it's inexpensive. What is it? $29.99 per 100-foot roll.
That's great.
Matt, you have any questions?
Yeah. So, all these like FPP kind of exclusive black and white films all have like slightly different characteristics. If someone's already maybe familiar with like, I really like the look of the Sonic. What can I expect? Maybe a little bit different in the Yeti from the Sonic film.
Both Yeti and Sonic are both orthochromatic film.
Yes.
But their characteristics, I call it, and I do that, I rub my fingers together, it has a different feel. Sonic film is a sound recording film used to print optical sound. Like the squiggly lines?
Yes.
I think that the Sonic is probably a tighter grain because it's used for sound, a very precise optical sound. So the Sonic film is a higher contrast film.
Okay.
And maybe a little bit more of a tighter grained film. And Sonic definitely, in my opinion, requires, if you're shooting people, get that bounce card out.
Fill it in.
Yeah.
Really flat. Yeah.
Yeah, just to get that poof in folks' faces to pop them out. The Yeti film is more forgiving in the sense that it's less contrasty.
Okay.
So overall, it gets, I would say, like an everyday usage. The Yeti probably is a more pleasing look. They're very different, and if you look at a side by side, you'll see the difference.
Okay. So I think you could almost, in my mind, the first thing I go to, because I've shot a lot of ortho, is like the different X-ray films. So, the way you're talking about Sonic, I'm like, okay, that kind of sounds like how blue X-ray film handles. And then the Yeti, if it's a little softer, maybe it can handle, you can try maybe yellow filtering it or something on there. Like kind of how the green X-ray film does, so that's interesting. I can't wait to try out my roll.
The interesting thing is, all the actual usage of this, like, I don't know if you know, Matt, but like you have green X-ray film, blue X-ray film. I'm guessing for medical, there's a reason to use the blue or the green based upon what you're X-raying.
Yes, I think it is. It's like the intensity and whatever screen they have behind it, because not every person or subject for that needs the same amount of like radiation, and they would change the cassettes based on that. So yeah.
So I think what's fun is the fact that this is film being used as it is not intended.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, it does say on the site before you purchase the film, like, in the fine print, it does mention these are STAR-based film.
I was just going to ask about that. Okay.
As opposed to acetate-based film. So acetate-based films are your normal Tri-X, Kodak plus X, Kodak double X, Vision 3 films, acetate. So if you have a jam in your camera, the film's going to break. The STAR-based film is a polyester-based film, meaning it's tougher. So if you're using an STAR-based film in your camera, like I've been shooting this stuff for years, I've never had an issue. But there is a warning that it could damage your gears in your camera if
it's loaded improperly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've had misloads. I've had a few jams. I've never really had an issue.
Okay.
I've never seen an issue with it.
No, I'm trying to think of when it would be an issue. But I'm sure if it would take it, the same kind of jam that would happen instantly or break instantly may just go on longer in the camera.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of folks get a little aggravated at the FPP because we don't release catalog numbers. Like, we're not saying what Yeti is. We are saying what Yeti is. And when I say that, I mean, we're going to tell you everything you need to know so you have the power to do what you need to do with it creatively. In other words, we're going to tell you it's an S-star base. We're going to tell you it's orthochromatic. We're going to tell you what developer to use. Just because we don't tell you an actual catalog number.
No, everybody does want to know, like, oh, what's this? Like,
And all you have to do is go to Reddit, and some smart person will be like, that is, even though they don't know, they say, that is probably, this Kodak print film. Like, okay, so what?
Yeah, it's a small world out there, but hey, nobody else is making it available.
It has less to. It's not like we're not trying to be transparent. It's that the amount of hours, time, and money we put into testing. I mean, it'll take
what makes it unique. Yeah,
it'll take a year for us, soup to nuts, to finish testing a film to introduce it to the market. And I'm not going to just hand the codes away, so that someone could just go take all of our information and go sell it. And
it's not just slapping a sticker on it. You're not just reboxing it. Like there's something that makes it a little bit different from if folks at home do find a catalog, do want to order a pallet of the stuff.
Right. Go for it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Everyone's invited to go do your own tests.
Yeah.
I'm not restricting anyone from doing it, but at the same time, we're putting so much effort, time, and energy into it. That's it. I hope folks don't think I'm getting agitated.
I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is a lot of work, and maybe just some insight to it's like what I'm seeing here at FPP Studios. There's so much that goes into it.
Yeah. Thanks, Matt. Get out there and shoot.
Yeah, fire up that 16 camera.
Fire up that K3. Great. Podcast at filmphotographyproject.com, folks. We'd love to hear from you. This has been a little bit different, this show. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah. Always a pleasure.
So, all right, folks.
Today's the day I find my way. Distant places, familiar faces. Time has changed us, rearranged us. Today's the day I find my way. Children sing and blossoms spring, the scent of sweetness through the air, but they don't care. They've had their share. Heading north, I'm moving forth. Raise my power for every hour to equalize and mesmerize. Distant planets turn to gray. Today's the day I find my way. Distant places, familiar faces. Time has changed us, rearranged us. Today's the day I find my way.
It's all in the past now.